Man, if things aren't changing, is Mark Zuckerberg subliminally letting us know that he supports President Donald Trump? What's going on, everyone? So I came across this video of Mark Zuckerberg letting us know that Donald Trump is one bad dude. The reason he said this is because Donald Trump had a bullet shot at him. It grazed his ear, and Donald Trump stood up, held his fist in the air, and said, "Fight, fight, fight." It was just crazy, and he thought it was amazing also. And being an American, you know, it just does something to you when you see something like that happen. But let me jump over here and react to this video. Now, excuse me for the bad word right there, but that's what Zuckerberg said. So, you know, definitely hide your kids if you don't want them to see those words. But let me go ahead and listen to this.
I've done some stuff personally in the past. I'm not planning on doing that this time. And that includes, not endorsing either of the candidates.
Now, this is good. The reason this is good is because social media played a big part in the last election. And Zuckerberg was vocal about his support of Biden. And we know what was going on social media. But I'll just leave that alone. Just know it was being utilized in a wrong way. And I think social media shouldn't pick sides. I think it's in the hands of the people, and I don't think people should try to control the narrative. Leave it up to us to make the decision. Leave it up to the people. And Zuckerberg has that right to make his decision on who he wants to vote for and whatnot. But he's right. He shouldn't pick sides. So I like this statement right here.
Now, look, there's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. The historic events over the weekend. And on a personal note, it's, seeing Donald Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most badass things I've ever seen in my life. But look, it's
You hear that? That is what I call support. That means things are shifting.
And I think, look, it's at some level as an American, it's like hard to not get kind of emotional about that spirit and that fight. And I think that's why a lot of people like the guy.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Zuckerberg. I agree totally. You can't help but like the guy. How many people get shot up? Well, not shot up, but shot at, stand back up, blood going down their face, raise the fist and say, "Fight, fight, fight for America." Yeah, it does something to you. If you're an American, it raises that patriotic spirit on the inside of you, and it screams there's hope. We have been in a country, if you're American, we have been in this country that has been all over the place. Turmoil, a bunch of discord, inflation. You go to the gas pump, it'll make you mad. You go to the grocery store, you don't understand what happened to milk, eggs and all these things. And I think people are a little bit, they're a little bit tired of seeing this stuff. I know personally, I want to see the economy change. I believe the economy was better under President Trump. Maybe that's my opinion, but I think so. I think politicians like to lie. Okay. Some of you might be saying to yourself too, what does this have to do with Christianity, Daniel? I'll tell you, and I'll say it from the American perspective. Okay. If we have freedom to express ourselves through media, we have freedom to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you let the right people in, they'll shut all of that down because there's some very controlling, evil folks out there that do not like Christianity. And Christianity is one of the most oppressed religions, if not the most oppressed religion in the world. It's been that way since Jesus touched down on the earth. Okay. and nothing has changed. Jesus said, if the world hated me, it will hate you. So I love seeing stuff like this because I know on the conservative side, even though it's messy on both sides, we have more of the ability to be free in how we talk and how we act and how we do things. I mean, we even see that on X, right, that Elon Musk has, which I think is maybe a little bit too free because you got everything on there. I do think that things are messy, but if you want the freedom, you got to let things be out there if you want it, especially Christians, okay? We stand with morality, but, you know, we don't force anything on anybody, but we stand with morality and we stand with truth no matter what. So when I see the founder of Meta / Facebook, Instagram, when I see WhatsApp, I don't think he was the founder of WhatsApp, but you know what I mean. Or I know that he's definitely the founder of Facebook. But when I see the founder of Facebook saying something like this, I get hopeful that Christianity is still going to be able to be displayed the way that it should be. So apart from him saying anything about Donald Trump and any other political things, I believe this shows we have hope on social media. I love going on social media, being able to, as you guys know, if you follow me on my other channels, and being able to display the goodness of God, being able to show the supernatural things the Holy Spirit does without restriction, without limitation. And I pray that that will be able to continue on because it shows people that God is real, he's powerful, and he's doing the same thing that he did 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago. I also want to show you this picture right here really fast. Check this out. This is Mark Zuckerberg and Dana White. So, as you might know or might not know, Dana White is the president of the UFC. He is a man's man. He loves Donald Trump. I mean, he is big time a supporter of Donald Trump. And you see him standing with Mark Zuckerberg. So him and Mark Zuckerberg have a relationship. I mean, you even saw that Zuckerberg and Elon were supposed to have some match or something. They were at least talking about it on social media. So, you know, this shows me that Mark Zuckerberg may be having a change of heart and may be moving in another direction. Another thing that makes me very hopeful, and I want to show you guys and girls this picture also, because this is a good thing to me, is he was featured in a picture a while back in the past with Israel Adesanya, who was the former UFC middleweight champion at this time, and also Alexander Volkanovski, who I believe was the 155-pound champion. He was in this picture with them. Now, me being a former cage fighter, been years ago, 2012 was my last fight. This is awesome. It shows me that Mark Zuckerberg has some testosterone in his body, and he's doing some real stuff. You know, I'm a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Bruno Malfacini, who is a world champion. So, you know, when I see this, I'm like, okay, I got respect for this man. He's willing to get in there and roll around with some animals. I mean, these guys, listen, these guys are trained killers, man, meaning in the cage. They take people out. And they need deliverance, but you know what I'm saying. They need freedom. They need to know Jesus for real. But don't we all? So regardless, me seeing this picture is a hopeful picture also, because I am obviously from that background, and I know that you cannot be an effeminate man and play around in that world, or you'll get your feelings hurt. So. It's good. So there's hope. And I do think Mark Zuckerberg was secretly telling us he's got respect for Donald Trump. I think people are just sick and tired of the political environment and the lies. And we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And seeing this beautiful, amazing country we know as the United States of America be under some of the biggest distress it's ever been under. I think we're tired of that. What do you guys think in the comments? Aren't you tired of this? Aren't you ready to see a change, regardless if you like Donald Trump or not? Listen, one of them are making it in, and I don't even think Biden's going to make it, but somebody's making it in. And I'm telling you, and I've been vocal on this channel about some of the Trump stuff because it's been going on because it's really trending, and it's what's out there right now. and November is not too far away. But don't you think this is the way we have to go? I think Donald Trump is the only answer right now. I mean, Jesus is the ultimate answer, but for this country, it's Donald Trump. So, it's great that we see people like Mark Zuckerberg making these statements. And it's hope. It brings hope. The Bible says hope deferred makes the heart sick. People's hearts will start to fail them and stuff if hopelessness stays on this nation. I don't want to see this nation fall, man. I love America. I do. The land of the free, where we can, and listen, this thought just came to me. I've traveled a lot. Trust me, hear it from a man who travels nations and does revival all over the world. Listen to me. America is truly a blessed nation. Even as bad as it looks right now, we are still a blessed nation. We still have freedom, way more freedom than most other countries. I travel to countries and there's literally things I cannot do because I could even get in big trouble over there. So I know some things that most people don't because I do travel. My fellow Americans, stand up for your country, pick the right person, pick morality, pick freedom, pick Jesus Christ. Pick the candidate that is vocal about Jesus Christ, that is vocal about God, okay? And what he truly stands for. That's all I'm going to say. So this was some awesome news for me to see. Mark Zuckerberg supports, well, he's somewhat saying in a secretive way that he supports Donald Trump, or in a subliminal way that he supports Donald Trump. So this was good stuff. Anyway, guys, wanted to react to this. I believe we're going into a good season. Not saying everything's going to be rainbows and butterflies. Not saying that there's going to be stuff that pops up that's not good. But I am saying we're going to have a good future ahead of us. And it's not going to be easy. Nothing comes without a fight. But I believe this is a fight that's going to be taken on by a man that can handle it and by a people in a country that are ready for it. So God bless the USA. Make sure that you are subscribing now and hit the notification bell and like and share. Okay? Because you care. And I'll see you all on the next video.